How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about XELA. In my previous video, I just wanted us to hold up support at the 70-cent level. We were able to do that. We closed at 78 cents, showing a lot of strength in a choppy day inside of the market. So of course, for the coming week, I want to make sure you're prepared. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking up position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for XELA. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at 78 cents, being up 2.49%. On the low, it tested 73 cents, and then on the high, testing 81 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 27.092 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 38.879 million shares. So one thing we noticed, we did have below average volume on the day, but we still saw some strength inside the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below is at 53.30, so almost right there in the middle. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 200-day, the 100-day. We are below the 50-day, but we do have strength above the 21-day EMA. And one of the things you want to look out for this coming week, yes, I want to see us have a full breakout above this 50-day so we can retest and make that move going to 90 cents. This will be very essential because I want to see us get to $1. $1 is very doable, but do keep in mind there will be a lot of selling pressure here. So this is an area where you're looking to take profits. I would make sure to put like a limit sell maybe at around 99 cents, maybe 97, or maybe $1.01 just in case you get that pop right above $1. And the reason why I say this, again, I can see a lot of selling pressure here. We are in some choppy markets. But if we end up having buying volume coming into the stock right at this $1 level, this is where we can look forward to seeing a push going to the 100-day, which is around $1.20. So again, formulate a strategy and know the levels where you want to take your profits. Now, if we end up having a pullback, like I said in the previous video, I just want to see us hold up 70 cents. Most preferably holding up the 21-day EMA and even continuing to consolidate in this particular area is not bad either because it just makes it even nicer for that next move up. So I would be keeping an eye on the key level of around 83 cents. So if we can get past 83, that's where I want to look forward to seeing that move to 85 and then see that breakout to where we get to around 91 and then breaking above 91. That's where I want to see a straight move going to $1. So let's see how it performs for this coming week. They do have earnings that is coming up on March the 16th. So this is part of the reasons why I still remain bullish on this stock. So now let's go into the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for XELA. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we see the recent filings, we have February the 17th, Virtue Financial LLC that purchased 923,400 shares. And as you can see for the 14th, we had a good amount of filings. So we're going to start with the ones that are the most noticeable. So we have Alpine Global Management LLC that purchased 142,000 shares, just a little bit over by an extra 2 shares. We also have Topco Limited that purchased 38,721 shares. My bad, that's actually for February the 11th. We also have HRT Financial LP that purchased just under 296,000 shares. We also have Savvy Management LLC that purchased 260,000 207,093 shares. We also have Castle Knight Management LP that purchased 278,300 shares. We also have Two Sigma Securities LLC that purchased 41,567 shares. And we also have Cantor Fitzgerald LP that purchased 3 million shares, and Marshall Wace LLP that purchased 37,699 shares. And then we have, scrolling up, we have Jeffries Group LLC that purchased 100,000 shares and have a put value of 88,000 shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 52.56%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 10.15 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 4.5 million, updated 6 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 3.22%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 17th, it's at 42.78, and then for the close of the 18th being at 52.56. So we see a noticeable increase right there. So what this tells us, Exela does continue to have short squeeze potential, and this is why you want to keep a close eye on this play. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Exela. So we see here on the inflow, it's at 5.26, and then on the outflow, it's at 5.16. So we end up having an inflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 0.37. On the medium, it was 3.52. And then on the small, it was 1.37. On the outflow side on the large, it was 0.60. On the medium, it was 3.25. And on the small, it was 1.31. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for the close of February the 18th, it was at 230,000, and then for the close of the 17th being at 795,000, just a bit over that. And then when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the large, it represents whales, institutions, or funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 14.66%. No surprises, we have a good amount of traders going in and out of this play. And one thing you want to be aware of, we can see as far as for institutions are concerned, or whales, they have been unloading their shares. But one thing that we are seeing is demand on the retail side. And that's what's keeping this stock up at the moment. And it's continuing to respect support levels. So I know a lot of traders are also going in with positions. So now let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Exela, since we're able to hold up 70 cents, what I want to see for the coming week is a test going to 90 cents. This is very achievable. We ended up seeing a high of the day at around 81 cents. So what we want to see is a break through the resistance right at 86 cents, and then that's where I can see us getting to 90 cents. So that's one thing you want to be aware of. If we end up having a pullback, like I was saying, we want to see 70 hold, but if it does not hold and we go back below 65 cents, then I'd be a bit concerned. So you want to make sure if you are jumping into this play, you're using the right risk management. They also do have earnings that's going to be coming up in March, so this could serve as a catalyst for this run to continue. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership, we could see institutions have been loading up on shares. Plus, on top of that, as far as for the short interest, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So with institutions loading up and a lot of interest on the retail side, there's a lot to look forward to here. Even though we did see in the order flow institutions have been taking profits, we have to take into consideration the overall market conditions. We're seeing big time pullbacks in a lot of stocks across the board. And knowing that this stock is a penny stock, of course you're going to have some institutions that are going to be selling out. But the fact that we are seeing retail, even though they're selling, there's still a lot of demand with more people buying in, especially when we got to a low of around 73 cents. For a lot of traders, they would look at this and be like, you know what, this is where I want to get in because I could see it making a move up for the coming week. So this is why if we go into Tuesday and we're able to actually hold support like around 75 cents, we just formed a higher low and this looks bullish and it keeps the trend continuing. Like I said, I want to see this stock get to 90 cents. It is very achievable. And upon getting to 90 cents, if we have that buying volume coming into the stock, this is why I can see it go to $1. And if you're the person out there that wants to take profits around this level, I would highly suggest looking at taking profits profits or having your limit order at around 99 cents or $1.01. Do not be stuck watching the screen and say, well, you know what, I'm going to be selling at $1 because it could be a quick move and it could pull right back. And that's going to be up to you to ride the elevator from there. But I know for myself, I feel this play is bullish. There's a lot of demand in the market, and considering how choppy the markets have been, on the Friday, it was able to finish green for a small cap stock. So let's see how the stock performs for the coming week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.